Peace, peace. Abarigani. Islam. Salam. Hetepu. Rahubat. Gino Laku Ninani. Chief Noble Bandele in the building. Yo, today we are going to be building. Today we're going to talk about the metaphysics and the misconceptions of Juneteenth. All right. So we're going to do all that from the Moorish eye. You understand the Moorish eye. So before we get into this video, y'all please like, subscribe, and please share this video. Today is the day before Juneteenth. So we want to just break up some of these misconceptions. So we're going to show some TikToks and other videos to express what the real deal is about Juneteenth. All right. So before we get into any of that, I'm going to hit you with this ad. Booyah.
Oh, if they just let me see, or it's just on me, it's showing me the light, the light. Once they set us free, knowledge is the key, guiding me all right, and that feel right.
All right. So y'all can find these books on indigenousmoors.org right here, right here. Y'all can find them right there, or you can find some of our books on Amazon. So you can look me up, Bandele. Y'all can check me out. I'm gonna have some of this in the description when I get done. All right. So if y'all miss it, we'll be able to fix it. All right. So today, like I said, we're gonna get into Juneteenth. All right. There's a lot of misconception among our own people. Okay. I come from a Moorish, African-centered background. Okay. I've studied all these different subject matters. And so I got a different perspective than some people might. Some people look at it as a slave religion. Some people look at it as this and that, liberation. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the metaphysics, the spirituality of Juneteenth. Okay. We're going to look at the origins of Juneteenth. Okay. And we're going to look at from the Moorish perspective. All right. So without further ado, I do want to get started. So let me exit out. So I got right now, what I have here is I have one of my Moorish sisters, right? And she's going to we're going to start with her. All right. We're going to start with her and we're going to let her break it down. All right. So let's get going.
Was going to cover how Juneteenth, sin sick. This goes into the sin sick thing. Juneteenth is coming up. I think it's June 19th. It's actually on my calendar. June 19th, right? Sin sick. And I'm about to start clowning so-called black folks. Like, here y'all go, right? Why don't you just go and find some chains and put them on yourself? Because hopefully you all will be put back into slavery. So it'll be easier to tell us from the Moors from you, because you obviously like people telling you who you are and what to do. What is Juneteenth? Juneteenth is a holiday passed by Joe Biden, right? When is Juneteenth? What day is 10th? Okay, I got a month. What day is 10th? All right, they make more made up crap. We just gonna pick the last 10th and there you go, 19th, right? Because at least if we don't get it right, we covered the whole spectrum. Who gave this to you? Somebody, the same person that passed the Biden bill, which is also called 3 strikes you out, right? That's the person who gave it to you, right? And then I'm looking at it like, wow, this is right along the lines of that whole 1 drop rule. Who gave that to you? Was that yours? Did you come up with the 1 drop rule? Were you the one who picked June 19th as the day to celebrate? And then y'all look stupid as I don't know what. June 19th, they're using this day to, I don't know what y'all using it for, Negroes, blacks, coloreds, whatever you calling yourself, FDA, I got to be careful because that's trademark, because what's his name, that guy, he branded y'all. So if you using that, you belong to him. Your own brother will put you in slavery. So anyway, whatever y'all calling yourself this generation, right? Joe Biden put in place this guy who hates your freaking guts put in place a holiday that doesn't celebrate when Sherman burnt down some plantation in 1865. It celebrates, what is it, 1869, when the last of the slaves found out they were free. So that's a holiday commemorating your stupidity, or not even your stupidity, how they hid stuff from you, how they got 4 more extra free years out of you. That's what that holiday acknowledges. Happy Juneteenth, sucker.
All right, y'all. All right. So, all right. So let's get into this real quick, though, right? Now, y'all seen what the sister said. Peace to my Moorish Moabites, okay? I love all my Moorish kin from everywhere. However, I think there is some things that you can take from that clip, right? But there are some things about what she said to me that is a little bit disturbing. And it's the lack of, I guess, the understanding of what Juneteenth come from, right? Now, she makes some sense about how what we call NBCs do things, right? But there's something about her understanding of it that was off, in my opinion. Okay, now, like I said, I'm not here to tear her apart or anything. You know, I don't always agree with everything, and you guys don't always agree with me, all right? But what I'm gonna do is show you like what it really is about, because it's really not about the shackles and the slavery and FBA only looking at Juneteenth as a form of slavery. Okay, now we're gonna build on her stuff though, because she does have some sense. So I just want you guys to take what you can from what she said. Now we're gonna get into some more. So let's look. Since she said what she said, right? Let us look at what Juneteenth, what it really come from, all right? Because she was saying, first of all, she said it comes from Biden. We all know that Biden didn't make the law. I mean, didn't make the holiday. That he only recognized it as a U.S. or a federal holiday. All right. So let's look into this though. Let's get into it.
The story of Juneteenth starts on June 19, 1865, 2.5 years after the Emancipation Act ended slavery in Confederate states. Major General Gordon Granger and Union soldiers delivered the news that slavery had ended to 250,000 people who were still enslaved in Texas. Black Americans celebrated. Freedom brought huge progress in the years after the war. Literacy rates jumped 70% in the subsequent 40 years, and 22 Black Americans were elected to federal government. But when Reconstruction ended in 1877, attempts to build communities were met with violent attempts to restore the power imbalance of the pre-civil rights years. Throughout the 1900s, Juneteenth celebrations continued, highlighting advancements within the family and community and honoring ancestors. In 2016, Opal Lee, an activist in Fort Worth, Texas, set out to make Juneteenth an official holiday by walking from her home in Texas to Washington, D.C.
Hold up, y'all. Shouts out. First of all, she said that Kwanzaa is also about honoring our ancestors. So, being here at New Kemet, that's what we do. We honor our ancestors. Okay. So this part of the holiday, this is part of our spirituality, going back to the creed of our ancient forefathers, honoring our forefathers, which are our ancestors. All right. So this peep gang. And then the second part right here, she said that Oprah Lee traveled from Texas all the way to DC? I had no idea. All right, I'm going to keep going.
She reached Washington by walking 2.5 miles a day, representing the number of years it took for news of emancipation to reach Texas. In 2021, Lee's campaign was successful. President Biden signed legislation making Juneteenth a federal holiday. Today, Juneteenth is an opportunity to celebrate Black Americans' contribution to American culture and honor the continuing quest for freedom, justice, and equality.
All right, so as y'all can see, what was said, I hope that clears up a little bit more understanding of what was the first clip was saying about Juneteenth. You know, I feel like that was coming from a different stand, but the fact that Juneteenth represents something a little bit different, okay, a little bit different than what was being said or what's being promoted. Now, I want you to understand something. You know, well, first of all, let's look at this. The fact that my Moorish sister, my Moabitess, said that Biden has everything to do with it. Biden did have the power to make it a law, right? Now, I ain't gonna lie. I've got videos that I've done previous years about Juneteenth and, you know, how the federal government is trying to take over. And I do believe that once it was made into a federal holiday, that now that the Albions, aka, you know, Europeans, are able to take it and control it and market it and commercialize it. I do believe that, but I didn't understand the complexities of that. It wasn't something that Biden just did on his own, like he just thought it was a good idea, like I thought. But actually, a sister actually, you know, fought for this and did this in order to make it federal law. That's very important. Okay, you know, the fact that she decided to do this to make it federal law. You know, understand that melanated people have been practicing Juneteenth for several decades before it was a federal law. So, you know, I just want you guys to understand that, all right? So we're going to keep it going, though. We're going to keep it going. I'm going to push back. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. Like I said, please like, subscribe. We're going to keep this going. Y'all get this understanding of Juneteenth. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to get this understanding. So I'm just going to go into a little bit more because June 19th is a special day. So you guys who try to push back against it, understand that it does have a special day for melanated people in the United States. And it has a lot more to do about freedom than what we have been taught. All right, so check this.
Did you know that June 19th, known as Juneteenth, is a monumental day in American history? It marks not one, but three pivotal events in the journey from slavery to freedom. Join us as we uncover this significant day. On June 19, 1865, Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas, with life-changing news. The Civil War had ended, and all enslaved African Americans were free. This announcement came a full 2 years after President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, marking a powerful and bittersweet moment in history. But the story doesn't end there. Fast forward to June 19, 1867, when the U.S. Supreme Court reversed its infamous Dred Scott decision, which had previously ruled that...
Shout out. We always teach about Dred Scott. Did we know this? Did we know this?
African Americans could not be citizens. This reversal was a crucial step towards equality and justice, ensuring that the rights of African Americans were recognized by the highest court in the land. And let's not forget the very first Juneteenth celebration that took place on June 19th, 1866. This historic gathering was a profound expression of joy, resilience, and hope, commemorating the end of slavery and the beginning of a new chapter for African Americans. Today, Juneteenth stands as a powerful symbol of freedom and a reminder of the ongoing journey towards equality. Like and follow for more Black history insights.
All right. You know, like we said, the NBC term, Negro, colored, Black, we not none of that. You know what I mean? African American, we not none of that. We Moorish Americans. You understand? But I'm trying to show us Moors how this plays a part for us because we've been misnomered as African American. So even though we've been misnomered, Juneteenth still happened. And those misnomered people were Moors. So those Moors were freed that day. Okay. So we got to take it into the proper context of what this really is about. Understand what I'm saying? Even when we looking at other videos that describe it, we got to take it into context. They're using the word Black or African American. we got to understand in the context of what they said. Okay. So let's keep getting into this though. Let's keep it pushing because people are looking at this, like I said, from a very secular perspective. Okay. But what is this all about? Like what is all this about? Like what is 19? Because if y'all looked at my other video where I did on the 4th of July, right? The 4th of July, we know, is a spiritual day, has very spiritual meaning that really go back to our ancestors too. So what is the symbolic meaning of 19th, being freed on June 19th? Let's look at the spiritual meaning of the number 19. All right.
Spiritual meaning of number 19. Number 19 is an extraordinary number. In ancient times, it was known as the number of surrender. It is the prime number that means it is only divisible by itself and number 1. Seeing the number 19 now and then carries an important message for you. It is a virtuous number and brings good news for you, so don't be confused by all the people saying that it is a bad omen.
Shout out right there. It is a day, brings good news. What was the good news? That those people had been freed. All right. So I'm just saying, like, just check how the number 19 correlate to the whole vibe. All right.
Number 19 possesses the combined vibrations of two numbers, 1 and 9. Number 1 is the first number in the counting and 9 denotes the last single number. Number 1 vibrates the energies of uniqueness and independence. It also provides...
You see that? You hear that? Independence. The number 1 represents, it brings out independence. Okay? Check.
The power of motivation, progress, ambition, and striving forward.
Okay, striving forward, right? New beginnings, it says right here. So when we talk about Juneteenth, that day is a day for new beginnings. We're supposed to look at that and say, what are we going to do to further us in whatever ways? If that means furthering us, meaning getting our nationality, furthering us, meaning that we become more industrialists, further the meaning that we will do things to progress us as a nation of people. Okay, it means those things. So number 19, let's go.
Shows that with new beginnings you will achieve success. Number 9 represents the energies of the universal spiritual laws. It also leads to the spiritual enlightenment, awakening, inspiration, serving humanity, and becoming a good example.
What are all the things that we are striving to do? We're striving to do all those things. Shout out.
It promotes intuition and problem-solving ability.
Problem-solving ability. I'm gonna stop, y'all. I know I'm trying to get through this video, but I'm just saying, like, listen to what they saying. The number 19. It's a powerful number. It's right before the summer solstice. Right before the summer solstice, which is so the energy's already being powerful. You understand? Check.
Overall, it is the sign of completion, an ending that will lead to the new beginning. Spiritual meaning of number 19. Number 19 carries the power of number 1 as well as number 9. In simple words, we can say that this number represents the completion of the task that will take you to the new beginning. It is the reminder that you have accomplished your goal or you are near to achieve it. Also, any particular chapter from your life has ended or near its end. It shows that closing one door will only open a new one, so you should not get worried.
Now I'm gonna take that into play too. Closing one door. We're closing that door. Okay, as Moors, we're closing that door of what they call enslavement or imprisonment. Closing that door. That door has been closed. We're moving into a new era, a new time, a new thought. All right. Check.
You should remain active during the process of completion because soon you will achieve something even better. When new opportunities are about to knock on your door, you will see number 19 everywhere. It is also the reminder of self-help.
It is the reminder of self-help, self-determination. Okay. The ability to do for ourselves. Okay. Juneteenth represents independence. Do for ourselves. Should we be depending on the system for our food, clothing, shelter? Should we? Or should we depend on self?
It means that you should not wait for the help from outside but initiate your journey on your own, and it will lead you to the advantages. Your positive attitude could not be helpful for you only but others as well. Number 19 tells you to be the good human also. It asks you to serve humanity in whatever way possible. Your life purpose is more than what you are after, and you should know that, by helping others, you will complete your soul mission. When you want to step towards a new career that benefits Earth in any way and you see number 19, it is the go-go signal for you. It is the message from the universe that you will gain success in this field. Number 19.
So I'm gonna stop right there though, because I want you to understand: was this number picked on circumstance, coincidence? Do we believe in coincidence? Right? So, like the sister that said in the first clip we watched, right? The first clip we watched was she understanding that. She said, made mention of, we don't know what Juneteenth mean. Now, me personally, you know, as melanated people, we always are clever with how when we do things. So Juneteenth is a clever way of saying June 19th. Okay. Juneteenth is a clever way of expressing June 19th. That's what it is. So it's not like, oh, could have been the 13th. It was for the 19th because that was the day that they commissioned that it happened. So, okay, I'm just letting you guys know. We just trying to look at this from a bigger scope. Okay, so we got that part. Now, I want to show you also that not, more like me, other Moors have a better understanding of it as well, because it does also hold another indigenous celebration that was before any of this. All right, so let me get my big butt off of here. Right, let's look at this now, y'all. We all know Washita. I've been part of Washita, and Washita is the indigenous aspect of from a Moorish perspective. Okay, so what we want to do, I'm not even going to go into this part, but I just wanted to give you a quick overview. We're talking about Washita D. Doug Demalion. All right, so if anybody understands who Vertice Galston was, right? Vertice Galston, she is the one who basically is the founder of the Washita, right? Like as far as what we know. Okay. I didn't know this, but she served as a mayor in Richwood, Louisiana. Okay. Then she got a second term. I didn't know that. Okay. She's the one who wrote The Return of the Ancient Ones. I know y'all know that, right? So let's dig. I'm not going to go all into this, right? Y'all should check it out. But where I'm going with this is this. Let's go down here real quick. All right. Let's go. Okay. So now we talk about right here where it says, let's go right here. The most important Washita holiday is what? our Juneteenth, which borrowing its name from the celebration of the date of the news of the emancipation, reached the last enslaved people in the U.S. South. So the name Juneteenth has been dubbed by the indigenous Washita, right? All right. So I'm just saying, let's look at it. Okay, it says that it celebrates the Washita, the Turner Harris decision. It is worth noting that the decision Washita celebrate here in the district court decision of 1848, okay, which was appealed to the later heard by the U.S. Supreme Court in 1850. It says that the decision was celebrated by the Washita, okay, then is not actually a Supreme Court decision. And the documents related to the Turner case and proving, according to Gostin, that the Turner family legally owns the land are documents from an earlier case and documents submitted to the Supreme Court in preparation for that later case. Now, I wanted to throw that in there because we're going to show you a video that kind of goes into the indigenous side of the Moors. Because we got the one Moors saying this, but then we got other indigenous Moors saying something else. And I got some other stuff cooking on this too, right? So let's go to that video, right? Let's go to that video. We're gonna break this down. We're gonna let you play this video. You see my boy Fezd Up, Islam, Shay, right? So let's go. Let's check out what he's saying in this video. Make sure I'm good. Just making sure everything look good. All right, let's go.
Islam. Islam means I self-Lord and Master. I sincerely love Allah mathematics. You heard me? You heard me? That's how you say you heard me, baby. Real N.O. You dig? Misnomer New Orleans, which is really what's the talk proper. You know what I'm saying? So that brings me here today on this video from the Blue Room to break down the bullshit of the Juneteenth thing. I was supposed to been do this, but you know I've been ripping and running and taking care of all type of business things that I have to do besides, you know, get on here and get y'all these motherfucking educational fire ass YouTubes I've been giving you. Now, the United States of America decided to take and make Juneteenth a national holiday. And Juneteenth supposed to be something where they supposed to be to free the slaves, you know what I'm saying? But the question is, who was really the slaves? Because you had, if you check the record books, you had in Misnomer, Louisiana, you had so-called people of color, so-called black people, owning so-called white people as slaves. I'm gonna put the caption to this law on the bottom of this video. Also, in the state of Virginia, you had laws that was being passed to stop so-called black people from having so-called white people as slaves. But yet, you clowns that don't want to deal with knowledge itself, that want to be labeled Negro, colored, black, African American, which African American is a meat, it's a label that you classified as meat. The Chinese have copyright that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all doing everything to keep from the reality of claiming nationality, going for yourself, and doing for yourself. But the time is now, you know what I'm saying? We 20, almost 40 years deep in the New World Order, if you come from 1984, all right? But Juneteenth the real event that happened on Juneteenth was when the Washita or the Turner family took the Louisiana Purchase, which was a massive landmass that created the United States after Napoleon lost to the Haitians. You had the Louisiana Slave Vote of 1811, all right? And I'm gonna try to post this on the, come on, phone, man, information right here. Come on, this rag ass shit. I want to read to you this case, this Supreme Court case that went down in Missouri. Right. That's why I got rid of this other rag ass phone, because I had the information down here. This happened on June 19th. This is what these devils are hiding. The real event that went down on Juneteenth and why we should celebrate Juneteenth. All right. Not only is Juneteenth, was June 21st, brings into the zodiac sign, the house of Cancer, which is the fourth house. It brings in the summer solstice, where the days and the nights are equal length, daylight, nighttime, which is June 21st. But June 19th, which is Juneteenth, is when we celebrated that also, because we are a star logic people. We are guided by the stars, by the zodiac. And that's how time is being measured. If you don't know astrology, which is the code of the Moors, your ancestors, my ancestors, then you wearing guest watches. You don't really know what's going on. But as soon as I get this ragged ass phone to work, I'm gonna read.
So let me just say real quick, he's even breaking down and expressing the astrological impact. Like I was saying earlier, about it being the summer solstice, which is a very important astrologically. You know what I mean? Like, so for him to say that, he's connecting it, but he's showing us, as Moors, we are astrological. So I think, like, we as Moorish people, we need to look more into that. All right. So keep going.
Read this case. Okay, it is. Yeah. All right. The Washita people is the oldest indigenous people on the earth. Washita dig the mound. Washita dig the Maya. Washita Moors, the original Amazon women. We celebrate June 19th, Supreme Court ruling case 191, and a Supreme Court decision by Judge Theo H. McCalliber on the date of June 19, 1848 CE. For the declaring of the United States of America, the non-owners of the land are the ancient ones, the mound builders, and for the declaring of the lawful owners as the heirs of Henry Turner, Moorish nationals. All right? From the Louisiana Purchase, from the Gulf of Mississippi, the Gulf of Mexico, up until Lake Michigan, belongs to Asiatic, dark-skinned Moorish people like me and you. Louisiana is not named after the King of France and the Queen of England. It's named after our Empress Vertice Gosson Turner L.B. So that's the real celebration for Juneteenth. I'm giving y'all a brief on that. I'm going to be putting the information in the description part of this video where you can check that out. That's the real Juneteenth. Juneteenth ain't no friend of no slaves. How you gonna have Abraham Lincoln had the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 or 65, and then in 1868 you had Juneteenth? Y'all mathematics is all backwards, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm your salt fifth corner pimp stamp for putting nigga minds proper, and that's what I do every time I come on. I'm gonna put your ignorant ass mind proper. You see this fast? It's come from Fast Morocco. It's not a shrine of fast. It's not no Masonic shit, Negro Masons, you know what I'm saying? This is the real deal, the fast and the turf. But Islam, I shall Lord and Master, I say love Allah's mathematics, peace.
All right. So y'all see what the brother's saying. Y'all see what the rock is cooking, right? We are breaking this down. All right. We're breaking this down. shout out, man. Y'all, if y'all need to make a donation too, man, please make a donation to the temple. Okay, the work we're doing, the work that needs to be done. We'll put it up here. Please donate. Y'all can donate to Moorish New Kemet on Cash App. Okay, please make a donation. Any donation is good. It helps us keep things going. You know, it helps pay for some of the things that we facilitate. All right, so that would be very much appreciated. Okay, we've had a couple brothers do that. Shout out to Peter Slaughter for donating. You know what I mean? Give thanks, my brother. Brother's always, always been down, right? So now that you see it a little bit of the indigenous side, right? Y'all seeing how we rocking on the indigenous side? What I'm gonna do now? Let me see. Let me clear myself down. Trying to be good this time, getting everything together right. Ain't gonna be. I ain't screwing up. I done finally got it, y'all. All right, so this right here, I want y'all to check this out. Now, this melanated sister, she's gonna break this down from even a deeper level of indigenous. All right, so y'all people out and do some research. Like I said, we gonna all do research on this, but I just want y'all to know that we got to take Juneteenth and stop telling us that the European American did this and what he done. Man, bump all that. This is our day that those Moors created for their own celebration. And we need to take it and use it for how we need to use it in today's time. All right. Not what Biden did or none of this U.S. federal crap. All right. But let's keep it going. I'm going to show y'all. Let's go.
Oh my God, this is crazy. I cannot believe this. The Civil War was American Indians fighting for their freedom. That's why the Dred Scott decision, because he was born into slavery, triggered the American Indians, also enslaved with the same law, the baby follows the belly, to start that war. And they're using the Emancipation Proclamation to mask the fact that we not only started the Civil War, we won the Civil War because we ended slavery. And not only did we end slavery, we got 14th Amendment birthright citizenship to the land. And they masked that we won that Civil War by issuing the Emancipation Proclamation, which took us as prisoners of war. Happy Father's Day to all the descendants of the strong American Indian men who fought in the Civil War. That just came down to me like, whew. They're masking our success in the Civil War with the Emancipation Proclamation that took us as POWs by the United States. We won the Civil War. We ended slavery, and they took us as prisoners of war. Because, oh my God.
Yo, y'all peep that? Y'all peep that? That's crazy work, right?
Oh my God,
that's crazy work, right? So y'all put in the comments, y'all what y'all think, like what the sister was saying. It goes along with the indigenous side. We got the Moorish side with the Moors, Moroccans, Moors, and then it's been transposed into the indigenous Moors of the land. Both of us being melanated people, right? Mixing into this thing. Right? So let's look at Juneteenth with a different perception. Let's not fall into the trap that has been, used by the government. You know what I mean? Let's not do that. Let's look at this as a way to liberate ourselves. All right. All right. So y'all, like what I'm saying is to us Moors, we should not be looking at what we call Negro, Black, and colored people in the way that they're negative and that Juneteenth is merely for slavery, like the first video, right? But NBCs, Negro, Black, and colored people need to look at Juneteenth for what it really is. It really is a day of liberation. Now, what's crazy to me is that so many people would say that and they celebrate the 4th of July in its mundane way that it's celebrated, but won't acknowledge the liberation that Juneteenth represents for us melanated people. Many of the, so-called black, Negro, and color people never even really celebrated Juneteenth before it became a national holiday. I remember bringing Pleasant Bay. Shout out to Pleasant Bay. Let me go back on screen. Shout out to Pleasant Bay. He came down one year. I can't remember. It's been probably about 12 years ago or more, probably 12, 15 years ago. He came to where we were in Dayton, and we did a Juneteenth celebration, and he spoke at the Juneteenth. So, like, when we used it as Moors, is used to blend our understanding and along with what the NBC people have thought it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be enlightening our brothers and sisters who are in the lost, who kind of just follow things without real understanding, right? So that's what we do as Moors. Moors are going to change the dynamics of things. We're going to liberate people's minds. So when we celebrate Juneteenth, we are liberating not just the past. We're liberating our minds for the future. We're setting our goals for the future. Okay? So I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, please like the video, subscribe, and please check out all our other videos. And please check out a video that I did last year on the metaphysics of the 4th of July. All right? So until then, Tutanana. Peace.